North Webster's star running back Devin White has been arrested.
They're going to play their home games right here at the historic Hirsch Coliseum.
It's been the worst kept secret since Paul Revere's rise.
Lakeview came out and showed they're definitely one of the top 2 teams in the state. When the Saints were desperate for a win, they haven't won here at the Superdome in more than a year.
Which is ironic since Griffins, they're known to fly.
They're off to their best start since the Clinton administration.
A couple of hours ago, it looked like bird season would end tomorrow night against Evangel.
It's about 40 minutes till game time, and look at this student section. It is ramping up here already at Bird.
Next Friday, 11:30, right here on NBC6, the very first Friday Night Blitz.
And that's Louisiana football, too.
26 games next week. That's right, guys. The NBC6 Sports Department has learned that Camping World is the new Independence Bowl title sponsor.
Very tough game, 2-time defending champion. What do the Demons got to do to get in there and slay the beast? Camity, the Louisiana Tech offense came to play tonight here at the Joe. 62 points, and the star of the game, you have to say it's Jeff Driscoll. I mean, this was his first game with Louisiana Tech, and his debut went so well. 274 yards and 5 total touchdowns, 4 through the air and 1 on the ground.
You know, I thought I just executed.
The way that he executed.
Now, after the game, Coach Holtz told me it's always nice to get a win in the opener, and we talked about the atmosphere here at the Joe tonight. It was electric here tonight, but now the Bulldogs turn their attention to Western Kentucky as they'll take on the Hilltoppers on Thursday night.
We knew 88 was going to be pretty special. The whole town did.
Entering the 1988 season, the Marshall football program was on the rise. Finishing 1987 at 8-2, Coach Dennis Parker decided it was time to step up the competition, and he did. He scheduled West Texas perennial power Odessa Permian.
At that time, they were the Champagne of high school football programs.
Just heard about how they hadn't been beaten in 20 years in a non-district game, so it was a really, really big build-up.
When we learned from our head football coach and athletic director at the time that we were playing Odessa Permian, it was kind of like, have you gone crazy?
Being perfect is about being able to look your friends in the eye and know that you didn't let them down.
This is the same Permian program featured in the best-selling book and Hollywood blockbuster Friday Night Lights. More than 12,000 fans packed into Maverick Stadium on that Saturday afternoon for the biggest game in Marshall High School football history.
It was 2 o'clock and it was about 95 to 98 degrees. The humidity, you could cut it with a knife.
Led by Odell Beckham Sr., the Mavericks slayed the beast, scoring with less than 5 minutes left in the game on a Benny Valentine quarterback sneak.
What I always remember standing over there yelling and seeing him come across and getting across that goal line.
We had to leave and go scout. Of course, we were tired and our chest was poked out, and all of a sudden they came over the loudspeaker. We have a score from you. It is Odessa Permian 12. Marshall Mavericks 13, and that whole stadium just it exploded.
The 1988 Marshall football team didn't win a state championship, but there was a moment on that Saturday afternoon in East Texas that put the Marshall Mavericks on the Texas high school football map. In Marshall, Tim Owens, NBC6 Sports. The great Vince Lombardi once said, "It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get back up." In other words, can you deal with adversity? The Cavaliers think they can in this 23-23.
Keep the tradition alive that our seniors before us left.
Get back to the dome. Losing Shea Patterson was a big deal, but we think Jake Bartlett step up and take his place.
The Cavaliers are coming off back-to-back state championships, but about 70% of their offense from last season is gone. Calvary has to go for the three-peat without the likes of Orlando Bradford and Shun Brown, both at Arizona, and the nation's #1 rated quarterback, and Shea Patterson, who packed up and left for IMG Academy.
Shea Patterson left. Okay. Well, what if Shea would have got hurt? Does that mean that we just decided we'd walk across and shake their hand and say our season's over? Absolutely not.
Enter Jake Bartley. The senior was set to be the starting quarterback 2 years ago before Patterson arrived on the Calvary campus. He has the confidence of his teammates and says the pressure of 2 straight state championships doesn't bother him.
Yeah, it brings a lot of pressure, but nothing I can't handle. I've been in pressure situations, so I'm used to it, and it's not really going to faze me.
We're now the hunted where we used to be the hunter, and so we said all season long we got to develop a champion's chin, because we already know that everybody we play is coming out swinging, and they're going to hit us.
How the Cavaliers respond to getting metaphorically punched in the mouth will determine the level of success they have this season.